Can you believe it? Another client not paying. So that's 120 quid court fees, first batch send. Next one is due in a few days, and guess what? I'm probably gonna have to send them another money demand again. And if they let it go to bailiffs, well, guess what? We'll take some of their fancy machinery. I won't name any names, but they're a packaging company in Olney. Oops. Welcome to another episode of Cleaning Chronicles. I haven't done one in a while because, busy people get more stuff done and I haven't been busy. I have been in Corfu for a week, which was lovely. Not staying anywhere near the British. I am a patriot, of course, but in a very nice, non-touristy, middle of nowhere, on a lake that translates to anti-youth because of the mosquitoes that used to be there. Used to kill kids, I suppose, and you couldn't live around there. And now it's a beautiful lagoon with lots of bird watching opportunities. It was beautiful. Weather was so-so, nothing like we're experiencing at the moment in the UK, but yeah. Beautiful at times, and Greek food, so simple, but just feta in phyllo pastry, deep fried with honey and sesame. I mean, manuri cheese in a kumquat syrup. Oh my god, cheese and sugar. Together. Wow. Anyways, we're kind of quiet in the cleaning business on the maintenance half, let's call it, in terms of current operations, managing what we have, auditing, things like that. We're generally quite quiet at the moment. For what reason, I really don't know, but we are. And that's cool. We have a new hospitality, hotel-y type client that's going to bring anywhere from 8 to 10k a month in. It requires quite a lot of operational input, so the margins are... If we run it effectively, the margins are nice. If we don't, they become standard. I think the standard they should be is like 15 to 20%. If we're doing a really good job and we're tight, which we won't be for the first month, we'll be doing a good job, but we won't be internally where I want us to be. But after that month, especially as we're starting in the middle of peak season, with good weather as well, we should be at 30. I need to look at it properly, but we should be at 30, which is quite nice. That basically takes us, I can't remember, I haven't looked at the sheet for a while now, I've been quite chilled. And also dealing with a big property project that I've got going on. If you haven't heard my Earn and Learn podcast, go listen to it. It's a few episodes back. 800k purchase, 1.3 mil end value. Yeah, Earn and Learn available, invest loans available, etc. Go listen to that. I am expecting it to go well because we already cleaned this kind of site somewhere else for the same client. A smaller scale, however, this is a site where I think it's taken quite a while for the existing company to get up to scratch. They're obviously now leaving, we're taking over. We want to make sure that we're hitting it right from day one. Now, how involved have I been with this from a desktop perspective? Yeah, a bit, especially tendering for it at the start, whatever. But I've said to my ops manager, who wants to eventually be ops director and then managing director, I said, this is your baby, yeah? This is your baby. We've got like a matrix, which is his progression. There's 100 different things, and it's weighted and it's scored. I want to make it objective. I don't like when companies are like, oh, you've got to jump through this, you've got to do that, oh, you didn't do that, oh, that person doesn't like, no. I'm like, even if I don't want to pay you more right now, yeah? But the spreadsheet says you're hitting the things and we both agree on it, you're getting paid more right now. I want to make it as objective and fair as possible and transparent, and that every line, every month from me, I'm like, have you done this? Have you done that? I've seen you do this. It goes up by this. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Because I think that's a really fair way to give someone a promotion and also show them that I'm seeing what you're doing, but I'm also not seeing everything. So can you also present things to me that you're doing with evidence so we can actually get you progressed? I said, this is your baby. You need to look after this. And from start to finish, this will mean that your matrix progresses quicker than it would had we not had this project, because it's going to be such a massive task that needs doing, right? So, for that reason, I was like, cool. But also, this is a good test for him in terms of how are you taking things on board? How are you going to do things when I'm not there? Well, I am there, but, for me, this is an opportunity. You give someone a project like this because really, yeah, they haven't won the client, but we're always trying to win that same client over, right? To prove them we can do the thing. They haven't done that stage of it, and I've helped at every stage, but they are managing it from start to finish. And for me, that's a really good test of someone because he's done different stages of different things. But this is the first one really where it's gone from operationally, beginning A to Z, A to Z. So I'm really excited for that. It's in a beautiful part of the UK, a part I do like visiting. I'd much rather go abroad, but a very beautiful part. It's kind of in the part that you have to kind of go around to get to the really beautiful parts. It's still really nice. So I will be visiting this site more than I usually do. One, because it's really important for our client. and 2, show face management, things like that, and check that he's doing what he should be doing. And also because it's nice, you know, it's lovely. I even said to him, take your missus, go for, you know, I'll pay for the accommodation, go for a weekend, man, enjoy yourself. And so I'm looking forward to getting him upskilled and getting that kind of sorted. Can I just give a shout down to the Nando at Bedford Interchange Retail Park? Your front of house, amazing, always amazing, but your chefs, absolute butters. They can't cook. I've seen them, I've seen how they manhandle those chickens. Them chickens died for us, and you treat them like that. Every time something's cold, something's been out under the heat lamp too long, chicken's missing half a leg. I'm like, I did pay for half a chicken, so mathematically I do want half a chicken. Pissing me off. I need a new location for our management meetings. But yeah, if you know someone there, you've got a plug, sort it out, Nando's, please. Profits have actually been quite steady. I've been managing a bit more in terms of, I've taken the VAT and payroll in-house now, pretty easy, ChatGPT as well. Payroll is done by my ops manager. I think as he progresses, that will then get outsourced, India, Philippines, whatever, just because I think it's a task that can be done for a lot cheaper than his hourly rate demands. But not yet, but soon. I'd probably say in the next 2 or 3 months, I'm going to look at saying to him, look, make a guide, make a way of showing people how to do this, and stop doing payroll. Like, let's get you off this. But the VAT return, honestly, downloaded statements, labeled a couple transactions, but it's automatically labeled in Monzo anyway, when you have Monzo Pro. ChatGPT did it, I checked, it took no time at all. I mean, the accountants didn't charge you much, 100 quid, but they were fucking useless idiots. So yeah, didn't need them. The accountants Estonia that I recommend in my book, don't use them at all. Like, do not work with them at all. That's my feedback this year. They outsource it all to India anyway, so just do that and save the money. I've got a client not paying again, packaging company. Just sort of didn't pay invoices since January, it's now May. Okay, so I've been chasing, ignoring, cool, I've been busy, whatever. Anyway, agreed to pay, paid one invoice, paid the wrong invoice. And then, you know, back and forth, then said, oh yeah, we're happy to pay all those outstanding invoices. And I'm like, you don't really have a choice. Anyway, the way they've been talking about this whole transaction is entitled, and it's just legally wrong because the contract, they owe me money. The contract says it's clear cut. So the way they've been talking, and it's this random finance person as well, random finance lady who's got on a bit of a power trip. It's not the owners. It's not our site contact. She's moist anyway. She's a wet, that's not the right word to use. She's a wet towel. Oh yeah, no, I said it was all good. I said this. Is it? Cool. We'll see you in court then. Yeah, embarrassing. And they still haven't paid, despite saying we're happy to pay. Cool. I don't need your happiness. I definitely don't want it. I don't need your agreement to pay either. You need to pay. And you still haven't. And then they kind of went with, oh, you know, we've had service issues, blah, 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 with no dates, no actual, you know, just a generic, we've had these issues, we're going to suspend services. And I'm like, bitch, you can't break up with me. I already broke up with you. I suspended services 2 weeks ago. They're the kind of people who don't really, they're a bit thick. They don't read emails, but then they kind of respond with their own version of reality. And I'm like, look, we're both going to have different versions of reality. Of course we are. Like, that's fine. But there's a contract in the middle that is the reality. That's kind of the reality that I'm living in. So either you follow it or you'll get punished. Simple as that. So I've sent them a CCJ for £2,800 plus 93% of interest, because that's what our contract says. It works out to be annually. So about 300-400 quid of interest on that already, about £3,000. They've then got a termination fee because they terminated our services with no notice, no actual reason, didn't follow the formal complaints procedure. Again, all in the signed contract. And that's about £2,000, I think. Lucky there's no redundancy costs on top, about 2,000. That's due end of this week. Is it going to get paid? I can hear you. I can hear you watching this and listening to this. You're saying, hell no. No, it's not. So I'll send another money claim then. I've already sent a letter before action for both, basically, kind of combined. So I've sent one already and I'll send the next one. Whatever they get back to me on, it doesn't really matter because it's in the hands of the court now. I'll just pursue it till wherever it needs to be pursued to. This happened with another company in Milton Keynes who supply cleaning products, Legends brand. And yeah, took them for £5,000. £2,000, that wasn't even mine. It was fucking bailiff and court fees. If only they just paid, huh? This is not a losing game. I don't do this to lose. I don't do it to win either. I do it to get the money that I'm owed, firstly, and then the money you then owe me contractually. But it's crazy. Maybe I should put in my email signature. Don't fuck around. Because I feel like in a lot of businesses, they say, oh no, they will pay. Oh, I'm just following up. I'm like, listen, you're being a dick. You want to cancel this for whatever reason. Cool, but you're not following procedure and the agreement. So there's nothing here. You know, like our relationship is done. Therefore, the next stage is, yeah, it's legal. Giving you the prerequisite notice. I followed pre-action protocol. The next notice is this. I feel like every time I record one of these, there's another. But I'll update you on this as we go along. I think they've got 14 days, or maybe a little bit longer to respond. I've got maybe 3 weeks. What do I think they're going to respond with? I think they're going to email and say, oh, we said we're happy to pay. It's on this month's payment run. And I'm going to say, look, it's in the hands of the court. You owe me the court fee and interest. So you can pay me those directly and I'll close off the claim. Otherwise, unless that exact amount is paid in full, I'm not saying anything to the court, and you can get a CCJ and we'll send the bailiffs round. Even if it's for £100 court fee, you'll get a CCJ. They also have finance on their business. It's on company's house, the company that the charge is filed with. So depending on how they react, I could also contact that company and say, by the way, I'm sending a CCJ. You might want to check on the solvency of this company that you've given money to. Yeah, people are stupid, man. But honestly, there's not much else to mention about it. Quite a few consulting calls where people pay for like an hour of my time to go through something, analyze their business, their deal, whatever. Other than that, it's, you know what, it's been fairly straightforward. We've had audits, we've had a few clients cancel because of April price rises, which is fine. Generally had quite a bit of admin work on my end, a bit of hiring. We've sort of fired a couple of people who cleaned another hospitality site for us for that same client. We're hiring some more as we kind of move into peak season for this bunch of clients because they're seasonal. Things will be busier, there'll be more admin, more emails, things like that. But yeah, I think we're sitting at we're definitely at 1 mil. In the high season, I think that'll become 1.1, 1.2 if that was annualized. If we balance it, I think once this site starts, I haven't posted much on Instagram either. We're going to be at 1.1, I think, annualized. But it won't show in the accounts until next year, or even the year after. So far behind. My next ones are not due, but I can file them soon. That'll probably show 800,000. Does your favorite property influencer and education and trainer show this stuff? Yeah, no, they don't. But you still believe the shit they say then, don't you? Anyways, that's Cleaner Chronicles, people. Bye.